Thank you so much for clicking on this video. I got movie news off to the side. I'm going to tell you about it. Some of the things we're going to be discussing here today, guys, is we've got a final list of trailers we can expect to see at the Super Bowl and who we cannot expect to see. We got tons of horror updates from the Evil Dead universe, Saw universe, and a new Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie, along with what I consider to be bad news for the new Jurassic World movie, but you might find it to be good news. That along with so much more, so you guys know the drill. Leave your opinions down below, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and well, let's just jump into our first movie news story. So last night was an award show known as the Saturn Awards, and during this award show, James Gunn won an award for Guardians of the Galaxy, where he was unable to accept the award, and I guess that makes sense. Probably very busy with DC and gearing up with Superman Legacy, so good old Kevin Feige accepted the award for him, where the internet went crazy looking at the man's hat. Zooming in on it, he has the logo for Deadpool and Wolverine, and whenever Feige has the logo for a superhero movie on his hat, that's when it's marketing time, baby. It was insane to see the internet go crazy over just Kevin Feige's hat. People even tried zooming in and enhancing the words on the back because it looks like it gives away what the title for the new Deadpool movie could be, but we can't really seem to make it out just yet. I'm still going with it'll probably be Deadpool and Wolverine. But along with us talking about Deadpool and Wolverine, we know that's the Super Bowl trailer most of us are anticipating come Super Bowl Sunday, this Sunday. And while Variety finalized an article talking about every Super Bowl spot we can expect to see and who we should not expect. In the article, Variety does say that Warner Brothers, Sony, Netflix, and Amazon are not going to be spending money at this year's Super Bowl. This does happen from time to time where studios just don't want to spend the $1 million for 30 seconds of screen time. Last year, Warner Brothers and Sony did, I think even Netflix and Amazon, so it's funny that this year they were like, yeah, we're not going to do that. So if there was any movie you were really looking forward to that was under these studios, don't expect to see them at the Super Bowl. But with that said though, that still leaves us with Paramount and Disney to shower us with Super Bowl ads, and here are the most exciting ones headed our way. It looks like Wicked, that's one I didn't think would be showing up, but it looks like it is, the Ariana Grande movie. The Knuckles TV series, yep, after they revealed that title and teaser the other day, it seemed like a given that they would finally start promoting Knuckles. Deadpool 3, yes baby, the one I'm most hyped for. Inside Out 2, A Quiet Place Day 1, yes please, I cannot wait for that one, and Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. I'm hoping there's still a wild card out there for Alien Romulus. I want Alien Romulus to be shown, but so far, these are the expected trailers, and you know I'll definitely be giving you my thoughts on these once they get released. Which of these spots are you most looking forward to, and could you believe people went crazy over Kevin Feige's hat? And well, jumping into other superhero world news, we did get a small update with the DCU. Solo Maridueña was also at the Saturn Award, and well, during this time, he was asked about when we can expect to see Blue Beetle again, and his answer is really confident that it's soon. He said here, I know we'll see Blue Beetle again. Whether it comes in the form of Blue Beetle 2 or wherever, it's been really great to work alongside James and Peter, who have graciously folded us into their new universe even though it wasn't part of what they came up with. It's an honor. Now, where Blue Beetle heads in the future, I don't know, but I can confidently say that we will see him soon. I really enjoyed last year's Blue Beetle. I know it wasn't like the best comic book movie ever made, but it held a special place in my heart. And I felt like after the box office performance and it kind of flopping, we were just probably not going to see his version of Blue Beetle again. But he said it here. He's talked to James and Peter Safran, the heads of the DC universe, and he can confidently say we will see him again. Don't know if that means a Superman Legacy cameo or whatever projects James Gunn has lined up. They include Blue Beetle being part of them. Either way, I'm extremely happy we're getting more Blue Beetle. Are you guys excited to hear Solo Maridueña say he's confidently coming back soon? Bringing us to talk about a lot of horror movie updates that have been happening in the past couple of days. As you guys know, we are set to get Saw 11 come this October. The Saw hype is back, and a lot of that is because of Saw X. So it makes sense with this update saying Saw 11, Saw X filmmaker Kevin Gruitt returning to direct the next installment. This has happened before in the Saw franchise where they have gotten directors they'd like and bring him back for movies, but I am very happy to see the Saw X director continue on to Saw 11. That lets me know we are finally gonna be getting a Saw movie that has a continuous story going into the next movie and isn't just gonna be another Saw soft reboot like Jigsaw, Spiral, or even Saw 3D attempted to be. We're finally going to be continuing this crazy soap opera narrative that Jigsaw has created, and I also did enjoy the way Kevin Gruett directed the movie. I mean, that was the first time in a long time in the Saw franchise I was squinting away from the screen, I was feeling icky, it looked disgusting, while also replicating a lot of the look of the previous Saw movie. So yeah, very happy that this director is coming back. Now, I just hope the story lives up to it, because I've said this before and I'll say it again, we've had a great Saw movie directly followed up by a terrible Saw movie. Please let this be 2 back-to-back winners. Are you guys happy the director of Saw X is coming back for Saw 11? The next piece of horror movie news we got also got me excited because we got the confirmation of another Evil Dead movie. Bloody Disgusting here has a reported Evil Dead Sebastian Vinnick directing on official spin-off movie. And the Evil Dead fans are cheering and going crazy. Remember when Evil Dead Rise was going to be a straight-to-streaming movie that was probably going to do well on streaming, but was going to make $0? This movie ended up making so much money at the box office for a low-budget horror movie, but it was enough to where they realized, oh, people want more Evil Dead, and we can deliver it to them. Now, the interesting part about this whole announcement to me is that they specifically called it a spin-off movie, but if you ask me, Evil Dead Rise was a spin-off movie. Why are they now categorizing it as a spin-off film where it feels like every Evil Dead movie can technically be a sequel and a spin-off at the same time? I mean, that's what Evil Dead Rise did really good, is it showed you could have the Necronomicon show up anywhere on Earth and you could probably come up with a really cool, fun story. And it seems like that's what they're going to do here. It won't be a continuation of the characters we saw in Rise, maybe no Ash. Instead, it'll be this fresh, new, young director putting his own spin on the world and creating something new for the Evil Dead universe. Heck, this is what they even said in the article announcing this. The new course for the Evil Dead franchise is for Raimi to hand select hot and upcoming filmmakers to put their own spin on the Deadites, which have been working exceedingly well for the Bloody Saga. Yeah, it could be in a hospital, it could be set in the future, it could be at a casino, could be at a theme park. Where would you want the next Evil Dead movie to go? Oh, and well, speaking of horror icons that have been everywhere left and right, Leatherface is back, baby, and none of us are surprised. So there's been rumors circling around the past couple of weeks that there's a new Leatherface movie coming, a new Texas Chainsaw Massacre. The first time I saw this being reported was from Critical Overlord, who has gotten some stuff right in the past, but then he quickly deleted his tweet like if he had wrong information. That's when a week later, Daniel RPK investigated on it and found that, yeah, there is truth to there being a new Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie, to where even Bloody Disgusting, a real reputable horror movie news site, said this: "We normally wouldn't report on rumors such as this without any confirmation, but Bloody Disgusting has also been hearing that a new Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie is indeed in development," making it seem pretty clear that Leatherface never dies and is always going to be coming back. Now, let me read you the current plot and title that they have. The movie right now is being called Texas Chainsaw Legacy. The film is set to explore the seemingly peaceful facade of Oasis Oaks, a gated community in rural Texas. Within the manicured lawns and vigilant security, a protagonist family enjoying suburban bliss becomes entangled in a harrowing battle for survival as they confront the infamous Leatherface and his macabre kin on an abandoned property nearby. So essentially the idea for this new Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie is that we're going to see the Sawyer family, Leatherface and his family, go to a gated community in Texas and start going after groups of families in this little community. That actually sounds like a cool idea, especially with them describing it as this community has gated fences, there's security on alert, and now it's a Texas family against another Texas family. You know them Texans love to carry their weapons. And you know, I think that does sound like a cool idea for a Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie. I think the Texas Chainsaw Massacre movies I like the most are the ones that do include Leatherface's family. Leatherface and Bubba are great and all, but when you add in his messed up sheriff dad or the mom or cousin here and there that are just as crazy as Leatherface, it becomes a little bit more fun. Now, the article also mentions they have no idea though where this fits in or who's gonna release it. They don't know if this is a sequel to the Netflix movie, which, you know, in a weird weird way, it could easily be a sequel to the Netflix movie. That movie was about a group of rich white kids buying a Texas town so that they can flip it for modern living. This sequel could then be that suburban town, and they actually flipped it, and now Leatherface wants his town back. So it could fit with the Netflix movie, or it could just start all over, or do the BS thing that the Texas franchise has done like 2 or 3 times now, where it's just a direct sequel to the first movie. You know, that last Netflix movie was not great, but the kills and the Leatherface in that movie did actually save it for me to where I found it slightly enjoyable. And I don't know what it is, but as a horror fan, I'm just always excited for a new Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie. You can give me 10 bad ones in a row, they all have a little bit of a redeeming quality, enough to I'll continue watching the franchise. So I'm down to see what happens for good old Leatherface, but I throw it off to you guys. How do you feel about this Texas Chainsaw Legacy movie, and if you'd be down to watch it? Next up here, we got an update on the Jurassic World franchise. You guys might have heard in a previous side flick I talked about, we got the announcement of a new Jurassic World movie coming our way. It was being written by David Koepp, who wrote the first 2 Jurassic Park films. We knew Chris Pratt and Bryce Dallas Howard would not be returning. It'll be all new characters, but they are still saying it's part of the Jurassic World franchise, so it could still be set in the world set up from the past 3 movies. Well, today we got an article about the director that they're wanting to make this movie, and it gives you a real clear idea of where they're going with this franchise. So here, Deadline is reporting that new Jurassic World movie at Universal circling David Leitch to direct the dish. Now, if you go to David Leitch's filmography and see all the movies that he's made, you'll find films like Bullet Train, Atomic Blonde, Deadpool 2, Fast and Furious, the first John Wick movie, and the movie Nobody. All of these being straight up action movies. Seeming like Universal is sticking with the trend of going with Fast and Furious with dinosaurs. Now look, I want to get one thing straight. David Leitch to me is actually a good director. That's not the problem here. All the action films he's made, I actually really enjoy. Heck, I'm looking forward to the one he's coming out with this year, Fall Guy with Ryan Gosling. That's a movie I'm really looking forward to. But now seeing that this is who they want to direct the new Jurassic World movie, I can already feel it's not going to be for me. It's going to continue with that trend of the little things we were seeing in Dominion involving military and dinosaurs, weapon training, friggin' going to foreign countries and then driving motorcycles through the terrain and whatnot. To me, that just doesn't feel like Jurassic Park. I've said the best Jurassic Park movies are the ones that include some sort of thriller element, that have some sort of fear and horror. To me, this just sounds like we're going to rely on a bunch of explosions, bullets flying around, fighting these dinosaurs, maybe even turns into Meg. Jason Statham punches a shark. The next Chris Pratt of this movie is going to be punching a dinosaur. I really hope that's not the direction that this is headed in. It'd be great if David Leitch gets the job and then says, you know, I kind of want to put the horror roots back in, mixed with some action. Oh, then you sold me right away, David Leitch. I'm gonna be there. Because I'm not wanting Jurassic Park or Jurassic World to go straight up horror. No, that would be a huge mistake too. But I feel like they are definitely leaning way too hard into the action side of things that I feel is alienating some of the original fans and is turning the franchise into something else. I'm still gonna keep an open mind and hope this movie turns out good, because like I said, at the end of the day, David Leitch is a good director. This just isn't the style and vibe I was hoping for when you were saying, I'm getting a new Jurassic World movie. So that's why I consider it to be bad news. But hey, some of you out there might love the action elements involved with Jurassic Park and Jurassic World, thinking that's what really made the franchise grand and exciting. And in that case, whoa, you're about to get a really great Jurassic Park movie, let me tell you. So we'll see. Hope I'm proven wrong and this movie actually amazes me. But right now, I am very skeptical about this film. But that is all movie news we currently have going on right now, guys. I want to thank you so much for taking time out of your day to watch me talk some movie news. Don't be forgetting to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already. Follow me on Twitter at 3C Films or on TikTok at 3C Films. But as always, I'm Chris. Take care.